ever busy. Balogun market sprawls across several streets here on Lagos Island with a lot of buying and selling. Within these heavy commercial activities and thriving businesses lies some socio-cultural coloration. On this episode of the program, we are digging deeper than the headlines and the stories you've always heard about this community. Welcome to Community Report. I am Dare Ito.
Balogun Market is one of the largest markets in Lagos. It is known for its wide selection of colorful Nigerian fabrics, but in recent years, millions of naira have been lost to many fire incidents at the market. Despite these fire outbreaks, the market still attracts a lot of people who source materials, buy shoes, wigs and other fashion items at Balogun markets. The heavy commercial activities spill from the shops to the kiosk and to the streets. There are different grades of items to be bought at every point in time. Ugochukwu Kenechukwu owns a shop in one of the complexes at the market. He said he's always had passion for business, especially in the line of fashion.
You know, after during my school days, you know, when we'll be on vacations and all of that, I would always want to follow my mom to her store somewhere in Mandelas to help her make sales and all of that. And before you know what was happening, I started developing passion for it. You know, just like the normal Igbo boy that always want to get into buying and selling, maybe after school and all of that. So it just became part of me. So I got into the system and I found it interesting. The sales was actually nice. The incomes per se were okay. And everything about the business was just cool. So it has to do with ideas, concepts, design, styles, you know, getting to meet people, you know, connecting businesses and all of that. So it's just, the passion was just there from my childhood, maybe during my school days, yeah. There is this saying that there is something unique about the island, per se, generally. You know, like you always ask a common Igbo trader or basically Lagosians per se, people who have spent almost all their life in Lagos. Like somebody like me, I was born and bred in Lagos, born and brought up in Lagos, but then I'm actually hailed from Anambra. So most times the belief is somehow Lagos Island is fruitful, they will tell you. And we've had times when, you know, they've tried to see how to decongest this very environment, building up big markets, like Alaba International, Trade Fair Complex, the Ladipo, all the modern markets you have now situated somewhere around the mainland. But you find out that after all the, you know, concept and ideas to actually move out the market, people still come in here to do business. Do you understand? So Lagos Island is a very nice place, you know, because it's, for me, is more like a connectivity. You know, you're leaving home, especially those based on the mainland. You're leaving home, you want to just, you know, journey far to do your business and then go back, retire. We have people like that, especially who, you know, must have been doing one corporate work or the other. And at the end of the day, this is where they find this is when they find rest. At the end of this is where they retire to, per se, not retire to just go and sit down at home. And we have so many of them around us, bankers who have excelled in their banking careers that have fall back to business.
Lawrence Okoye is one of them. He's worked as a civil servant and also tried his hands on a few jobs before settling at the market.
Actually, I was a civil servant back in the days. And when I left service, when I resigned or retired, because, you know, as the case may be, I entered plumbing, right? And all these trades, they have their their threats at one time or the other. So that time, there was a flooding of that business of plumbing, especially sanitary wares, which we were bringing from England. So there was a flooding of it with, by some high powers. So, that crippled up many people for a couple of years. So it led to extending. It's a great thing, actually. This Balogun market is a good place to be, right? If you're star, everything is about what to do and how you go about it. This business of clothing, it pays off. It pays off, and there are so many other lines in this Balogun. You have the bags, you have the shoes, you have so many other things. Depending on your capital, your capacity in the business. You can be doing this one and be having the other one at the same time, this and that. But if I'm asked to say, doing business in Balogun here in this Lagos Island is not a very easy thing. It's a difficult thing because nobody lives here in the island, right? You might like to know that the main people who were here in Balogun Market, Lagos Island, they are on the other side of Lagos, which is satellite, where you have Balogun Business Association, BBA. They have a big market. It's only those who could not go there or those who could not, be properly accommodated there that rescinded to stay back here, and that is it.
Every year, this market suffers a huge loss to Inferno, with every incident leading to losses worth millions of naira. There's already a fire outbreak at the market this year. A similar incident occurred at the market in 2019, 2020, 2021, and twice in 2022. Lawrence Okoye believes there are different factors responsible for these incidents.
It's really challenging because at the end of work, you need to sleep with your two eyes. But if you have a shop in Balogun, you must make sure that you sleep with one eye. You pray and pray more fervently because of the risks that are involved. The risks are very high. If it's not burglary, it is fire outbreak. In fact, there is no year that will pass without a cry in one plaza or the other. It's highly unfortunate. But if you look at that, somebody may come and say, it is these people, it is the landlords. It may not be the landlords, because nobody would like to set his house on fire, right? But we should be able to remember, whenever we think of this fire outbreak, that these plazas are not built for market. They're not for plaza. They're not built as modern marketplace, right? If not because of the kind of government we have, if you are giving a professional who is rigid, if it comes to access some of these plazas, they cannot perform. But money, apart from God, money answers every other call. So when they come or something like that, the assessment becomes a different thing altogether. So, and the way and manner the plazas are built at the same time leads to this fire outbreak. Some people use different electricians. You don't have a standard electrician, a particular electrician who knows the job. If you have a particular electrician that works for you, or you have maybe this electrician, he have another 2 or 3. One is heading them. So that whatever they do, somebody is there to supervise it. We know the type of cables we have in the market today. Some of the cables are buy and kill yourself. Because nobody wants to buy the quality one that will last. If you switch on from NEPA to generator, you'll be perceiving smells of wire melting. So if they start from one place to the other, look at the way these ones are put now, right? From cable to one dress, it's finished. And if it's a modern market, before it gets to the next shop, before it finishes with the one shop, at least the other shops should be rescued. But the problem here, because it's not built that way, once it peaks, right, it becomes, what do you call it, for the hoodlums around. It becomes their day. Because many of them that bring these things out, they show it to the other people and they goes. So that is just by the way. At least some of the plaza owners are learning their lessons. They don't allow multiple generator usage, right? Some people will put their own, when you are hearing you are hearing the other side, and different strengths of generators, you know? So, but here, actually, there's one I will put to you now. It could be a bit controversial, right? You know, when 2 people are dragging a place, there could be, you may have conscience, the other person may not, right? Some people don't believe in, if I struggle and struggle, I don't get this thing, I face another side. Some will say, if I struggle for this thing and it does not work, I will destroy it. So I believe that is another one. It's a very crucial, point, because you're not sure, but you know it happens.
To be very honest with you, Balogun is very crowded, very, very crowded. And if you look at how the building is being built, it's somehow clumsy, very choke. So at the end of the day, apart from our plaza, if you look at our own plaza here, you can see there are a lot of space. Even if anything happens, it's very easy for fire brigade, or what do you call them, to quickly drive here and do the right thing. But if you go to other plazas, it's very, very clumsy. I think our state government and other stakeholders, they need to do something about that.
Lagos is one of the largest cities in West Africa with more than 20 million people. It is the 5th most populous city in the world. The cosmopolitan city has been rocked by heightened ethnic tension, especially during the election. The tension trickles down to the society, especially at the market, where there's heavy human interactions.
I'm been in this business for past something years. It's a very good business, and for long we have been here, no problem. We don't have any fighting, or we cooperate together, we do business and go, no riot, no any fighting, and the business is okay. We do, customers used to, you can see people rushing.
When you come to the place, you learn the way they do and perceive things. Without that, I think you'll be having brushes with them all the time. Like you have area boys, right? Area boys are not coming to carry your shop, it's just tip, right? They call it a right, but to make sure you don't leave it to them as a right. Just a tip we are giving to them. Because no matter what, they have certain social functions they perform. Some of them will come and ask you for money. Money is, I've not eaten, there's no work today, you give them. I remember what happened those days when one of our shops was being brought down with caterpillar. It was these same area boys with some other people that secured my things. Some of the things that some of them stole, right? Some of them brought them back from them. And immediately as I came in, they said, Oga Lawrence, come. They took me to one shop and said, these are your things, including cash. Cash, those days, in a small Ghana must go. I can't forget it. If these boys, you neglected some of them, you would have run into trouble. Do you understand? Not as if you may not find one or two that are bad, but you check their background and know how to manage them. So if I'm asked, here there is cordial relationship.
Balogun Market is a place that we find ourselves a business, and for a very long time we have had a coexistence between Yorubas and Igbos and Hausa, Edo, Calabar. There's a unity among us, and we've been enjoying doing business together here.
Buying and selling has no concept about tribe or religion or ethnicity. You understand? If I have what you want now and I display it in my store, it is just for you to come, give me money, buy and put. Do you understand?
Teniola Salami is a community chairman who speaks on the relationship among the traders and the community at large.
The relationship is very cordial. There is no any discrimination between the tribes. The tribe that, I mean, maybe the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausa. We do things in one voice, and then we are together. And the progress of the market, we both look into it and do it in a collective way. Not that by using the community authority or doing anything that is going to be hindrance to the marketers. Whatever we want to do, whatever we want to actualize in the community, we'll sit down, we'll talk, and we'll agree on one conclusion decision. Well, I think mostly here in Lagos Island, the cordiality is very, very good with the marketers in Lagos Island. If you look at the story of Lagos Island, I don't think you can see any riot or any fight going on in Island, maybe in respect of a tribalism or whatever, because the community understanding is there, and the CDC that control the CDA in Lagos Island are very much important in having a good relationship with everybody that resides in Lagos Island. What we normally do, at least if we see anything that is important that we want to inject in the community, the marketers has different associations. We will call them, either by writing a letter to them, we will call them, we will now fix a date where we will now sit down and have a thorough discussion to have conclusion that is going to be of befitting to each and every one of them.
The diversity of the market is beyond the article of trade. There are buyers and sellers from Nigeria and beyond.
Balogun market is well known across Africa, probably from people from Ghana, Libya, Cote d'Ivoire, Africans. They do come here to buy female and other items from us. So that's it. That is a relationship with, even within our Nigerian states here too, they do come to buy from other states like Benin, Delta, and all that.
You can see the market is very crowded, and we've been able to put discipline among our members. The issue of stealing, the issue of harassing customers are not happening in the Balogun market here. It is a comfort place to shop, and most vendors comes around here. They enjoy also doing business from us. We have people that come all the way from Cameroon, we have people all the way from Ghana, we have people all the way from Sokoto, we have people all the way from Maiduguri, we have people all the way from outside Lagos.
Rhoda runs a fashion store here at Balogun Market. She's turned a hobby into a profitable business.
People will not believe this. My clothing business started as a game. I started playing it as a game. I've forgotten the name of the game, but it was on my iPad then, like about 5 years ago, I was playing the game on my iPad. Like, it's like about buying and selling. So the designs you buy is what entails other people will come in and, you know, buy what you sell. And then the more you sell, the more your empire, you know, expands. So I was so amazed at the amount of shops, factories I started building in just a short time compared to my friends that started playing the game since. I was like, so if I can do this in a game, let me visualize it and make it a reality. Sincerely, that's how the fashion business started. Okay, I did not start in Balogun market. I started way back in Akwa Ibom State, where I'm from. So, and back then in Akwa Ibom State, my customers were all over Nigeria. In fact, Akwa Ibom was even the least of my customer base. Most of my customer base were here in Lagos. So I was always dispatching items from Akwa Ibom to Lagos. So my customers started threatening me, Rodis, you've been here for 2 years now. Imagine we are buying things from Akwa Ibom. Why don't you come to Lagos so that you can be selling for us? So I now started reconsidering, like, okay, let me go and stay closer to my larger customer base. And Lagos is the center, like you can easily dispatch items to different parts of the world. From Lagos, you can send to everywhere in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria at a more affordable price compared to being in Akwa Ibom. These are palazzo pant trousers in these 4 beautiful colors as you are seeing here.
She takes her stock to Instagram, attracting more online customers to her shop here at the market.
Join Telegram. Joy, come close. Let me see yours. Okay. Next person, come close. Go and join Telegram and wait for us. Yeah, content creation, the way content creation is for me is like you trying to, like now, you wouldn't get to know me if I don't tell you about me, if I don't tell you about my business. If you walked in here and I didn't grant you interview, you would not know all these things I just told you. So content creation gives us the opportunity, based on the kind of content you're creating though, gives my customers the opportunity to know Rodis, to know the brand, to know Rhoda personally. By whatever content I'm creating, they get to know me and understand the company policies properly, and also understands what we do, what we sell properly through this content creating.
Trading helps production and manufacturing activities, which essentially leads to economic growth. The nation's competitive prices help improve the purchasing power of consumers in the market, and that's what you get in a market like this.
Really, Balogun market is just like an international market. Both clothes, different things we are selling here, not only jewelries. We sell clothes, you can get bags, shoes, every other things we've on. So different many things, and even there's an area they sell perfume. All this, so it's a very big business. So it's a very big business and it's a nice place. So many foreigners come here to buy, not only Nigeria, buy things here.
People have always had that notion that whenever you come into Balogun, you see variety of things, be it in wares, shoes, bags, wigs and all that. In fact, fashion stuffs and all that.
Majorly, most of all these sportwears, footwear, sneakers and all of that are imported, okay? Yeah, they are imported. And this is because the government itself has actually not put in place, have actually neglected this part of, manufacturing and, helping companies or helping businesses to actually start producing these things, especially when it comes to fashion, what we consume. Do you understand? It's not about placing ban on all those things. Yeah, sometimes it becomes difficult to import, especially now that, especially when we're actually trapped down without traveling. Especially going to China, traveling to other parts of Europe to getting your stuffs, it becomes very difficult because most times you tend to place order here. It is not what you request for that they give you at the end of the day because they know you're not coming. So you find out that there's still this kind of dishonest between you and your foreign counterparts.
Lagos has many sites and Balogun Market is one of it. In its imperfect state, the influx of the people has not ceased, neither is the trading and heavy commercial activity slowing down. There are obvious gaps, especially as it concerns safety. This aspect needs the attention of those in authority.
It It's been an eventful day here at Balogun Market on Lagos Island. And that's our show for today, everyone. If you miss any part of it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can also follow the conversation on our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you very much for watching. I am Darido. See you next time, and bye for now.